Hey everybody, this is Reagan Adams with All Things Reagan. Thank you for joining me this morning on Reagan Says. So let's get into it. Okay, this is going to be short today. I know I like to lead with that sometimes, but I really believe it is today because my message is very simple. So Reagan says, what's your number? So I recently just came off an event this weekend, the Pretty Elephant Vision Board Party, which was a success. I really had a good time meeting the new ladies that came and also the ones that had come before. So I just want to say, if you're watching and you came this Saturday, well, this past Saturday to the Vision Board event, thank you so much. It meant and means a lot that you decided to spend your time with me and listen to me talk about, the pretty elephant in the room and a little bit of my testimony. So I thank you for that. But I wanted to kind of touch on a question that I got prior to the event. And if this person is watching, like, I'm sorry, not sorry. One thing about me with Reagan Says, or anything that I do, I like to use my real life circumstances to talk about different things. And just not necessarily in a bad way, but it's a learning tool for me, but not only me, but for somebody else. So I'm going to talk about something that happened to me. So I had several people. I had 20 some odd people come to the event, which was a blessing. And one of the questions that I get a lot when I have events, and I don't hate a lot of things, but I hate this question. How many people are going? How many people signed up? So if you're watching this and you want to come to one of my events, please don't ask me that question. I answer it sometimes, but I think I'm gonna stop answering it, because here's my thing. I go to events too. If I want to go to an event and it's something that I see, if it's something that I like, who cares? Who cares how many people signed up for the event? Because I want to be there. So if I sign up, I'm there. I'm not concerned about anybody else signing up for the event, right? So if it's something that you want to attend, just pay the money and go, right? It's not about numbers. And here's the thing. I used to be like a numbers driven person, not as far as money is concerned, but as far as attendance wise. And I've spoken about this before. So I would always want to shoot for the 50 and the 100, which was cool. But when you're first starting out, you need to know how to manage the 1. You need to know how to manage the 5 before you manage the hundreds and the thousands. You have to build, right? And so I learned that just throughout going through the process of having different events. And it's always a learning tool to know how engage, how to deal with certain things. So, once I have one person, once I have 5, or once I have 20, I need to know how much time that I need to allot to spending with setting up, or how much food. It's always a gauge and a learning tool. So you should never be concerned, not never, but especially when you're first starting out, be concerned with numbers. And actually, it was funny because my pastor kind of hit on numbers in church today during the service. And it's so true. Like, we always want to have, especially, well, if you're running a business or church or whatever, something that requires people to come, you're always concerned about who's going to be there. And what I've learned is of course, I want the numbers a little bit later on, but I like the smaller impact, the intimacy that I can build with my clients, or the intimacy that I can build with the event goers, and get to know them on a one-on-one basis. And so once that's starting to make me comfortable, especially when it comes to me speaking in public now, because I'm doing a lot more of that in 2019. When I had to do my presentation for the Vision Board event yesterday, like, I'm doing a whole lot better. There will be times, maybe 5 years ago, even, that I would speak in front of somebody and I would be so afraid is not even the word. I'm going to say probably terrified, that I would literally like cry tears, because it was just so, it was just weird. Like, I could not speak in public. But as I kept going and I kept going and I kept speaking to smaller groups of people, it is now building me up to talk to more people. So yesterday, I spoke in front of everybody. Now, granted, I did pretty well. I'm gonna have to lose some more weight though, because baby, listen, that public speaking and walking and talking and trying to engage people, you have to be, you got to be in shape, because you'll run out of breath. And it's crazy because I might need to go back and start. When I used to sing, I still sing, but not sing. I used to take voice lessons, and they would always teach us techniques on how to breathe. That would always be my problem. And I used to hate to practice. Lazy. Like, I'm telling you, if I didn't want to do it, I didn't do it. But they used to give us these techniques to breathe. And so I might need to go back and do that. But you run out of breath. So just how to engage, you know, the audience, and make sure that you are enunciating everything correctly, and that you're, you know, projecting to the crowd that, you know, that they're able to understand, and that they're, you know, able to hear you, along with making sure your thoughts and things go together. So I thank God for the small numbers. I thank him for the small numbers, and you should too. And I guess my advice to you is to, if you're planning on going to an event, do not ask the event coordinator how many people are coming. It's a rude question. And another thing, a reason, now I'm not as offended. I don't like the question, but I'm not as offended because I guess I understand. I don't, but I do, because you don't want to go and nobody's there. But here's the thing. If you're there, that's all it needs to be there, because the show is going to go on regardless. I'm going to give, you know, 200%, whether it's 1 in the room or 50 in the room or 1,000 in the room. I'm going to give the same thing. Matter of fact, you're probably going to get more of me. Not probably, you will get more of me if it's 1-on-1 or 2 or 5 or whatever, you know, the number is. But another reason you don't want to ask event coordinator how many people are coming is if they're just getting started, because I know the feeling of you want somebody to come to your event and you're just a new, you know, the new kid on the block, so you don't know who's going to attend you. You want to make sure you do well. So you asking that question, what if they just had one person when it was time to register, and then you're like, I'm not going. Well, you might miss out on your blessing too, because you're worrying about numbers when you shouldn't. That shouldn't be your concern. Your concern is to attend the event. And you have to start from somewhere. You got to start from somewhere. Nobody is starting a business and it's way up top. You got to learn something, right? So that's all I wanted to talk about. Is don't ever ask me that question. How many people are going to be there? It doesn't matter. You're going to be there. That's what matters. You're going to be at my event, and I'm going to pay you some attention, and I'm going to love on you when you come to my event. It doesn't matter about everybody else. It matters that you're going to be there. So I thank you that you came. Right. Another thing I wanted to touch on, which has nothing to do with numbers, but I was going to do a separate video on Sunday, and I changed my mind really quick. I've spoken about this before too. As people, we should always want to treat people right, be nice. But when you're a Christian, you really should want to go out of your way to show love. It's one of the fruits of the Spirit. It's very important to show love. And what I cannot stand, and I'm speaking from my heart, I love real stuff. I love real stuff. I love real people. I like real truth. Whether it hurts or it doesn't, I like real stuff. And I don't like phony people. I don't. Like, I don't. I like them, I love them, but I don't like it. Like, it just, I'll be like, oh my gosh. And here's my thing, especially when it comes to being a Christian, and I feel like we should be held to a certain standard, because we profess the love of Jesus Christ. We profess that we're going to try and be as much like him every day. Yes, we fall short. Absolutely. We got problems going on. Bills got to be paid. Stuff is going wrong. Whoop, whoop. I got it. However, as a Christian, if you call yourself a Christian, yes, everybody should treat everybody right. Number one. You call yourself a Christian, you should walk in love, bottom line. Especially when you're in the church house. Especially when you're in the church house. Not only for the visitors that come in, but for the people who are already there. Did you catch that? you will know the people by their fruit. So if you're acting ugly with me and you're a Christian, you're not bearing good fruit. Nope, you're not. And so I want to, and this is for me too. I'm not harping on any, just one person or two people or whoever. Christians, period. People, good, you know, on your own. But if you're a Christian, you need to be mindful of how you treat people. Be mindful of how you treat people. Be mindful of how you treat people. Always try your best to walk in love. And if you do something that may offend them, please go back and fix it later. I used to be the, baby, let me tell you something. God has done a work in me because I'm stubborn. I'm still stubborn. I am working on it in some areas, and others it's coming. Okay. But I will hold on to something and you won't know nothing about it. Like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to shut down. And if you upset me, I'm really going to shut down. I'm not going to say anything. But I really believe in open communication. Like, that's another thing I hate. Yes, I hate. It's people who don't know how to communicate. That burns me up. Like, and I know everybody's at a different point in their life, but I desire communication. I just do. And I know everybody communicates differently, and you know, like, we got stuff going on, and some people are not in tune with their emotions and different things. But as adults, I feel like we should be able to share certain things. And with me, if something is bothering me, first I'm going to address you, the person. And if it doesn't work from then we just going to have to figure out another solution, right? Communication is important, and treating people right is really important. Like, I just believe everybody should be treated with love. I do. I believe they should be treated with love. And sometimes I miss the mark. Listen, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But just as a Christian, I really hold people to a higher standard. I do. And I don't like phony stuff. Like, listen, that fruit that you bear, people are watching. Listen, I'm telling you what I know. People are watching you. People watch me. So if I'm saying I'm a Christian and somebody in the street sees me acting a fool and cussing somebody out, and I get on here and I'm talking about God, or I'm in church and you see me on the front row doing something, or I'm in another capacity in church, but you saw me treating somebody poorly, you're going to be like, Reagan, she's phony. She's phony. She's not a Christian. Now, mind you, I got some other stuff going on possibly because I'm not free from sin. Like, I try to, that's another story. Listen, I'm not talking about that now. But people's eyes are on you. Especially, they watch you. They may not say anything, but people watch you. So that's why I try to be quick with saying, I messed up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. But people are watching you. So when you say, I am a Christian, and you go and treat somebody poorly, somebody's watching you. And then when I hear, or somebody else hears, oh, hallelujah. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm looking at you like this, really? Because there's no way on God's green earth that we're sitting up here in this church and you treating people poorly, and then you hollering about thank you, Jesus, and I love you in less than 10 minutes. I don't understand that. You know, when I do that, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just saying, I don't know where I got that from, but I don't understand. I don't understand. But then again, that goes back to what I talked about last week. People have stuff inside of their lives that they need to deal with. So you really can't take it personally, but it can be addressed. Okay. So anyway, y'all have a blessed rest of the week. Listen, Saturday we have Beyond the Business card from 2 to 4 at Morelli's. I am working with Jasmine Newton and Coy Kindred. They're friends on my timeline. I'm just like kind of a support to them, whatever they need. But it's networking with a purpose, but not networking, but networking. It's more of a sisterhood. It's for women in business who we need connections, yes, and meet new people, but it's also building relationships. So, you know, when you're having that hard time balancing business and work and home and your emotions and things of that nature, it's more of a support. And so just come out and meet with us from 2 to 4 at Morelli's. It is a free event. If you want to eat, you would just then pay for your lunch, which is fine. We're meeting in the back banquet room there. I forgot the name of it, but we'll direct you. The restaurant is fairly small. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to inbox me. You can inbox Jasmine Newton or Coy, C-O-Y Kindred. Either three of us ladies will be more than happy to help you. Come out and join us. If you're, you know, even if you're not like a huge business, I'm not a huge business, but you know, we want to go and grow together, right? It's about relationship. Also, the weekend after that, I have 2 events. I've double booked myself. So February the 9th, we're doing brunch, women's brunch in a movie, a girls day out brunch in a movie. We're going to see What Men Want. I think that's the name of it, with Taraji P. Henson. And then we also have He Said, She Said, which is a conversation just about relationships, marriages, being single. It's just, the setting is real laid back. We're just going to eat dinner, listen to a little bit of music, and talk about relationships. What is it like to be married? What is it like to be single? What do men think? What do women think? Where's the breakdown in communication? Why don't we communicate? All different things and all different subjects. I have some married couples coming in. We have single people. We have divorce. We have a little bit of everybody. So it's just a conversation that we're going to have. So anyway, please go to my event page, allthingsreagan.com. I would talk about March, but we're going to leave it alone. But I will say all month for March is Money March. We're going to talk about money, but we'll talk about that on down the road. So anyway, allthingsreagan.com is my website, or you can go to my platform, All Things Reagan, on Facebook and Instagram. You guys have a blessed rest of the week. If you need anything, just let me know. Treat people right. Walk in love every day. And if you have a problem with somebody, address it in a nice way. In love. Okay? Grown-up conversations. We're going to be grown up in 2019. Okay? You guys have a blessed day. Talk to you later. Bye.